What's up, y'all? Welcome back to The Raging Atheist. I'm The Raging Atheist, and I can't just have fun with the Christians. We gotta pick on Islam, too. Christians may have crazy on lockdown, but Islam makes Christians look like fucking kids. I really want to fight against the SJW bullshit, and progressives really need to wake up to this. You know, progressives and Democrats, not so much progressives, but corporate Democrats and SJW twats like to get out there and talk about how Islam is a religion of peace and you can't blame all of Islam for the terrors of a small sect of them. And I don't believe in that. I think that's bullshit, and I think we need to wake the fuck up and talk about the truth of Islam. Stop spreading the propaganda. Stop trying to promote some fiction and talk about Islam as it really is. And that's going to be the point of this series, because I'm going to create a new series. I have been really focusing on Islam, and I am focusing on the Caliphate. And this series is going to be about the Caliphate. I challenge any of you, and if there's a moderate out there that sees this, a moderate Muslim, answer me in the comment section below. But I challenge any of you to ask a moderate Muslim that you know if they believe in the Caliphate. And if they say yes, we've got a serious fucking problem. So I'm going to really concentrate on the Caliphate. I want to explore the Caliphate, and by doing so, we're going to explore all of Islam's history. By looking at the Caliphate, we will be looking at the entire history of Islam, this so-called religion of peace. And if I can use history just to debunk one thing about Islam, it would be that bullshit. So this is episode 1 of the Caliphate, and I'm going to really attempt to eviscerate this myth of Islam being a religion of peace. Now we're going to start by looking at the pedophile, I mean the Prophet Muhammad himself. And even though he wasn't technically a caliph, however the fuck you say it, even though he wasn't technically a caliph, he did start all of this bullshit. So I really think he deserves the first real look at the Caliphate. And that's going to be episode 2, so you have that to look forward to. SJWs are really ignoring just how dangerous Islam is. I was with you. I was ignorant of Islam. I wanted to use my humanist principles to defend Islam and lump them in with every other human being, because you want to do that because ultimately we progressives see humanity as a whole as being good and relatively hopeful. And Islam is the opposite of that. You know, Islam, the people defending Islam would be the first to have their heads removed. The first to have their heads removed. So while we're using our humanist principles, we're defending an ideology that is the enemy of humanism. And I just can't do that anymore. So I really, you know, I'm going to be talking about Christianity too, because I think, you know, Christianity might not be as bad as Islam, but you can't ignore the similarities. But this is about Islam, this is about the Caliphate, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. I'm The Raging Atheist. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And like I said, if you're a moderate out there, you happen to see this, do you believe in the Caliphate? Let me know. Like my videos, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later. What's up, y'all? I don't usually do this, but since I shot that video yesterday, actually a lot has happened. So, as I'm researching Islam and I'm researching the Caliphate, you know, I'm very active on my social media, so I post on my social media, and the post was essentially this, that you know, my progressive friends need to really examine their stance on Islam, you know, and that they need to study the Caliphate, and we need to recognize truth. And I'm not saying that Donald Trump's right to have his Muslim ban. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm against the Muslim ban. I think I've been fairly fucking apparent about that. I'm for civil rights. I'm for equality. And I'm for religious freedom. But we can no longer run from the truth. Islam is different. And it's different because the people that follow it, a large chunk, a large majority, I would say, of the people that follow it had made it different over the last 1,500 years. So, I'm getting outraged, and I'm getting outraged from people that are usually my allies, people that are progressives. I thought about showing you guys some of this outrage, but I decided against it because I'm actually hurt a little bit. And I know he says he's hurt too, but I mean, one of my best friends seems to have turned against me on this, and seems to want to say that I'm being insulting when I don't feel like I am. I feel like I'm being truthful, and if you're taking insult from that, then that's on you. And just because we're friends doesn't mean I'm going to back away from this stance. And I actually considered not running with this, not doing this, this in-depth look at Islam. And I'm like, fuck that. This is obviously something that needs to be talked about. So I'm going to come at this from a truthful perspective. I'm going to try to be as honest as I can. And I'm actually going to run this on both of my channels. I was just going to run this on the Raging Atheist because I want to keep Life Considered to be more for my progressivism. And then I want the Raging Atheist to be my battle against religion. So I'm going to run this on Life Considered, mainly because I think most of my subscribers, most of you that actually watch me, are progressives, and I want to know what you guys think, and I want to open your minds a little bit. I'm not saying to change your stance on protecting people. I'm not saying to not be humanist just because they're the enemy of humanism. But I am saying to stop running away from the truth. The ideology of Islam is inherently dangerous, and not because it's the ideology of Muhammad. As you will see, as I started my research into Muhammad, I fully expected to go into it trashing the guy, but actually researching the man himself, there's really not much to trash. So I think you'll be a bit surprised on my video on Muhammad, who wasn't actually a caliph, but started it all. But I'm going to go hard on the Caliphate, because I believe the Caliphate, and I think history shows it plainly, destroyed that religion and turned it into something fundamentally evil and fundamentally dangerous for our world. And that's what we need to recognize. When I say that conservatives are right about this, I am not saying that they're right about the solution, but they are right when they say that we have to stop ignoring this problem. So once again, I'm the Raging Atheist. I'm Nakasuchi. Nakasuchi is the Raging Atheist. And I'm going to be running these over the next course of the week or two. I'm not sure how long it's going to go. I know my research has been very in-depth, and it continues. And I really, really, really want you guys to let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys later.